this is creepy. There we go. This is the slab where the body would have been put. As you can see on this table, we have got a human body. The skeleton inside. So guys, we've come to the other end of the morgue now, and we've come across this shelf. Now inside are bottles of human parts. Maybe kidney stones. Whatever are in it was the cause of death for the body. And they would jar them up. Now behind us, here, is the entrance to get into the stadium. Now people would come to watch like the sports and play sports, which is pretty fascinating. So this stadium that we're in, the sports stadium, was never opened. The official opening date for the stadium was May the 9th. And obviously the disaster happened before and it was never opened. I'm going to go into the grandstand now and show you what view the visitors and the audience would have had. If it wasn't for them trees, you would actually get a decent view from up here. And it is higher than you think. Now we are seeing something now which is pretty incredible. We are here next to the famous claw. So the claw was used to remove radioactive material from around reactor number 4. Now Luke's got the Geiger counter. This thing is still very radioactive. And there it is. Yeah, if you keep that there. Obviously it is radioactive because it was used to remove some of the most contaminated materials around reactor number 4. But it's been left here for so long, the worst of it's just gone. So that is the claw explored. It is time to carry on and get some lunch. Right explorers, our first stop for today is at an abandoned train station. Now the trains that would run through this train track were cargo trains, so they'd bring stuff in and out. Now as you can see, what I've been told, this train could still be used now. I mean it could still run, but no, it's just been left there now, just to like decay, rot away. As you can see, very rusty. And apparently, what I've been told by Igor is some people could actually see a fire on the tracks. I think that's the reason, half the reason, that it was stopped being used. Nope, I'm off. As you can see, this carriage is completely on its side. This one is still upright. This one almost looks like a bus, this carriage. Now this is the people carrier. This is where the passengers would have sat. And check that out. Wow! Okay. Right, so guys, what you can see here is a tank. Now this tank was used to clean the most contaminated areas of Chernobyl and was actually used to help cut down the red forest. Now it's still very contaminated and nobody knows why it's still here. They don't know if they just forgot about it, but we're going to find out now. As you can see, it's reading 8.64. Oh, damn it. Going up to 27.19. Oh my god.
1.5 millisieverts or 1500
microsieverts.
Or 1400 microsieverts or just 1.4 millisievert.
What, right down the bottom or in there?
Here you go.
Guys, this feels absolutely surreal to be down there. This is our first sighting of the fireman's shoes. And as you can tell, the Geiger counter has gone up to 28, 40, 43. If I go closer, '87, 91, almost at 100. And all this was firefighters' clothes and safety equipment. Now, as I walk through here, you could just imagine the panic and the chaos that would have gone on around us. The nurses would have been down here, throwing all the firefighters' clothes away as fast as they could. So these tanks that you can see on the floor of the basement are actually oxygen tanks. They were used for patients that were struggling to breathe and help them to breathe a little bit better. Now, as well, these have been thrown down here. I don't think they're as contaminated as the rest of the stuff down there, but they didn't want to take any chances and just threw them down into the basement. Right, so guys, this is a photograph from inside the arch, and can you just see how big that is? 108 meters tall and 260 meters wide, and it weighs 36,000 tons, which is absolutely incredible, and cost over £1 billion to build as well.
So we stand somewhere here on this spot.
Okay.
And the destroyed reactor.
And this monument that you can see here, guys, that was built for the first people that built the first shelter over the reactor. To heroes, professionals, to those who protected the world from a nuclear disaster, in honour of our 20th anniversary of the shelter object construction, the 30th of the 11th, 2006. So guys, in case you didn't know and you've been living under a rock for the past like so many years, this is actually reactor number 4, and this is where the explosion actually happened and caused this like massive nuclear disaster. So guys, the radar system was built to pick up like missiles. If there was a missile coming into range, it would hit the signal of the radar system, then they would know that there was a missile coming in, and that is the reason it was built, in case of an attack. So guys, we are now in the training area for the Duga. Now, everything that you need to know, you would learn inside this, this area. So as you can see above, these are all the missiles from like America, and they would know absolutely everything, like how fast the missile can go, how many seconds it takes for it to like take off. And the way that they find out is on these pads there, it would come up with a unique pattern. Now these soldiers will work out what each pattern means and what missile that it represents. So say that missile up there was coming in, the radar would pick it up and it would beam up a pattern on this panel. And whatever pattern does come up, they can work out how fast it's going, what missile is actually coming in. And it's incredible. Just check this place out.
That's because this is my most favourite part of Chernobyl so far. My most favourite part.
So guys, as you can see from this photograph, you can see the traffic lights, and behind it is the swimming pool. It's a kind of like a crossroads. Now if I show you this, there's the traffic lights, and in the background we have the swimming pool. That's what it looks like now. This is absolutely unbelievable. I just can't believe we're here. I really cannot believe We are here in Chernobyl exploring this place. So guys, this swimming pool is 5 meters deep and 25 meters long. And the diving board itself, the little one's 3 meters and the big one is 5 meter diving board. So explorers, if you are a big fan of Call of Duty, you will recognise this swimming pool from the game. One of the maps is based on Chernobyl and Pripyat. And they have this swimming pool that you can actually go in. And I've played that game quite a lot, and to stand there, it's just like, I'm in Call of Duty. I'm in Call of Duty, Warren. Right, so guys, we are here. We are in the amusement park now. And I can see it, the most iconic part of Pripyat, the Ferris. So explorers, we are now in the amusement park. Now this place was supposed to have been opened the 1st of May. That was the official opening of this amusement park. But they actually opened it early on the 26th, the day of the disaster. And that is because they wanted everybody to come down there and they didn't want anybody to panic what was actually happening in Pripyat and how dangerous the nuclear explosion was. So they opened it just to like put everybody's mind at ease, and it was only open for 1 day. And one thing that I noticed coming here is that Ferris wheel is a lot bigger than I first thought. I mean, when I see photographs and stuff, it doesn't actually show you really how big this Ferris wheel actually is. Check this out, this is pretty crazy.
Like on one spot not so high.
One spot not high, but just moving it over, it goes to 207. And that beeping that you can hear indicates that there's gamma rays coming from this Ferris wheel.
So look at that. That's already gone down to 2.8.
This beeping, it means that through the device, like flies the gamma rays. You see, as further, the beeping start to go lower.
Yep.
And as closer,
it's just crazy that it's that one little spot on there. Right, so explorers, we are actually going to go inside the dodgems now and show you a close-up view of these. So guys, we are just about to enter the school of district number 3. So each district had a school. District number 3 we are about to enter now. And here it is, guys. The gas masks that they would have used to protect themselves. Just lying there on the floor. There's just so many. It is unreal. So guys, I found 2 books on this table. One is Russian language and one is the Russian alphabet. Now it says on there your language, and the 3 on the book means what grade it is. So this is 3rd grade. So it's pretty interesting. And then next to it we've got like a DNA like statue here. And apparently this statue here has been moved around so many times just to get a decent photograph. So science classes, there's one on the ground floor and there's a few on the 2nd floor as well, which we'll go and have a look in a sec. So guys, we've come into a classroom now. This classroom would have been for 1st to 4th grade students. And anything past there, they would have been put into different classes. As you can see, the tables are still here. We've still got books on the tables as well, which they would have learnt from. Guys, here is a poem written by one of the students that used to come to this school. I'm not quite sure what it says, but that is fascinating. Guys, we've entered one of the physics classrooms now. As you can see, there isn't much left in this classroom, but I want to show you as much as I can.